said, I like your grid wall in the background. I noticed the background. What's happening back there?
A bunch of, when you were writing and all that in the early 2000s, up until then, they used to send you the 8x11 of the people that you were interviewing. And my wife let me put them up, and here we are. So do you have an 8x11 that I could put up on the wall next to Little Richard?
Oh, easily.
Okay.
Easily.
I give you this one if it's going to be next to Little Richard.
Okay, well, who wouldn't want to be next to Little Richard? But anyway, congratulations on having another season of your show. How long did you have to keep it a secret that the show was coming back?
Oh, how long did we have to keep it a secret?
I think it was about
quite some time.
I think it was about a little over 2 months before they announced it, right? It was a little over 2 months or so. Yeah. Of course, you always got to tell somebody. So that somebody is my mom.
Right.
She can't be the last to find anything else. I got to call her, but you can't tell anybody, Mom. She's like, who am I going to talk to?
Wow. How long did this second season take to film compared to the first season?
It took about the same amount of time. Yeah, I'd say about the same amount of time, our start to end, but there are more episodes. So you're going to get, instead of 8, you're getting 12 episodes. You're getting 8 behind the scenes episodes on top of that. So, viewers were saying the season last time was too short.
Yeah, we heard a lot of that. So I guess the higher aboves heard that, and here we are, blessed to have 12 episodes going on.
No.
Hopefully 12 seasons too.
You heard
I'll take that too. I'll take that.
Not trying to pull the curtain back, but something I'm curious about, because both of you are very, very busy people, not just being parents to 3 children, but you have multiple careers going on at the same time, where, hey, author, speaker, media personality, besides the show and all that. How many renovation projects are there on the show versus in real life? Is it 1 for 1, or are there some things that just don't make the show?
I'm not sure I understand, because what you see, we're really wait, say it again.
Okay, I'll put it to you this way. Let's say you were a singer-songwriter and your new album has 14 songs on it. You recorded 14 or more songs from it, but maybe some things didn't make the cut, or your side projects or side hustles.
Right.
So I was curious if you have other stuff besides what makes the show, or is that all you have time for at this point?
No, there's other projects always going on, but of course the network decides which shows, which clients they want to show, based upon obviously the project, how much the budget is, what our design is going to be for it. So the network ultimately has the ultimate decision, like the final word on it.
Right.
So in other words, you're even busier than I thought.
Yes, there we go. There are those that make the show, and there's still projects that are being worked on behind the scenes.
Got it. Most of our favorite movies ever, we find out, were not filmed in sequence. Are your renovation projects aired in sequence of when they were done, or are they like going on a little bit at the same time too?
Some of them simultaneously, and sometimes you'll view something first that happened after maybe the episode that runs the next week. But that's just TV.
You deal with real construction as well. So sometimes you have to go with the flow of materials and things not being there. So it's the real deal.
At this point in time, you have endorsements. You have companies that want to be your suppliers for these things. When did you realize that that was going to be another part of the job? It wasn't just, hey, we got to put this up, but we also have vendor relationships to keep up.
Well, it's a blessing, obviously, to be in the position. We don't take it for granted, to be in a position where we have this huge platform, which immensely helps grow our business and our relationships, and obviously our credibility as well. It comes with it. But obviously, when you have endorsements or relationships, there's more work. Let's not be mistaken. They've got requests, they've got deliverables, as well. But it does help. I'm sure Michael testify with everybody is seeing in the real world, the inflation and supply chain delays, to be able to now just pick up the phone and reach a company directly and get movement, or get materials expressed, whereas maybe the regular GC wouldn't be able to do that.
Right. That makes sense. So is all the focus on the new season, or is there a book or another thing that we should be ultimately looking out for?
We are actually in the midst of working out the particulars with the book deal.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then
we have our podcast.
The podcast is going on.
It's called Marriage and Money with Egypt and Mike.
Yeah.
So you can look for our podcast where all podcasts are sold. You can find that on YouTube as well. But Mike and I actually are really enjoying this part of our life where we sit down with other couples who been through some things, who own businesses together, and they're just opening it up, sort of taking that curtain down, if you will, and showing us all the dirty laundry, but in the spirit of growth and wanting to help other couples stay married. And we've been getting incredible feedback. We're really excited about that as well.
I knew about your past as an interviewer. I didn't realize there was a podcast there, and that's something I absolutely want to check out. That seems like an infinite goldmine of material right there, of couples that are able to make it work a lot of the time, but still need that extra push or that extra guidance. So, so when it comes to you two, we only see you two loving and getting along fantastically. Has it always been that way, or has it been work to get to that point?
No, that's the stuff on the editing room floor. You don't see the rest. I mean, you do know we're in construction, so it can't possibly be that happy-go-lucky all the time, But no, for the most part,
we've become really good at learning how to understand, learning how to compromise, learning when to go to each other's own space.
Go to your corner
and say, let's figure this out in about an hour or so. So we wouldn't be real if we were to say we're happy all the time and we just do this perfectly. We're not perfect people. We're a work in progress.
I meant that relatively speaking.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay. So all that said, nonstop work, wonderful family life, the podcast that I just learned about. Is this exactly where you want to be, or is it one of those, oh, you ain't seen nothing yet? Because believe me, there is stuff in the works.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you're under embargoes and NDAs and all that. So that's what we're learning here. So at this level of success, it's wonderful to see how organic it is and how it's the product of working hard and positive mental attitude. Did you think that you would be at this point?
I knew that we'd be at this point in our marriage because, I also threatened him at the altar, It was like, don't marry me if you don't plan to stay married. No, but I knew we would still be together at this point. Both of us at one point in our dating said we saw each other, when we were old and gray, sitting in rocking chairs, looking back over our lives together. And we both felt that way mutually. So we knew this was forever. Yeah. What we could have never predicted was that we would actually have a television show with 19 million people in our house. So that's a lot of pressure to keep my house clean.
Exactly. Well, down to two hopefully easy questions, and I'm going to let you go. And the first one is, obviously, you have the best show on HGTV. Everyone knows that, it's a fact, but what's the second best show? Wait, is there another show you like on the network?
We are
you said facts. We appreciate that.
Yeah, facts. Everyone knows.
There's a lot of really great shows, so that's a huge compliment for you to say. Thank you so much. We have some of our favorites. Obviously, like The Block. I love Alice and Victoria's Windy City Rehab. What about The Bombers?
The Bombers.
Bombers, the Renovation Island. So there's so many really great shows. David Bromstad, how can you not watch him and not, how could you watch him and not laugh? So I think the network has some great shows. So for that compliment, Mike and I definitely appreciate
we received that. We appreciate that.
It's great to be on a network that it's not embarrassing to be on, because sometimes when you're that one good show on the network and it's all built around you and you don't know that you're the leverage chip, in your case, you're just in great company. So the last question is, you got 3 kids, so you're not going out all the time, but do you remember the last concert that you two went to?
The last concert that we went to babe. Oh, together?
Either or. I just want to hear some good musical taste, because obviously the design taste is there.
Right.
We're getting ready to go to the Anita Baker concert.
That's coming up in February.
So we're excited about that. We saw Sade together.
Oh.
We
saw Prince together.
Yes, I actually sang on stage with Prince. No lie.
Wait, how did that happen?
Yeah.
Well, he showed up. He heard me on the radio talking about how I was his biggest fan and that I used to have Prince posters on my ceiling when I was growing up, I would bounce on the bed and try to kiss the Prince poster. He heard me talking about it. So he shoots up to the radio station. He happened to be in town. And I look up from the board and he's standing behind me sipping on a chocolate milkshake.
Now, when you say radio station, let them know you were actually working. You were on air.
It was on air.
Oh, yeah. She has the best interview credits of anyone that's not a full-time interviewer. Let's just put it that way.
Thank you. But I screamed and crawled under the console. And then ultimately, after an hour of talking to Prince face to face, he invited us to his concert, sent a car for us. And little did I know, in the middle of the concert, he was going to bring me up on stage to sing with him and Cyndi Lauper. So drop dead, like I literally like passed out. I sang with Prince and Cyndi Lauper. I was horrible on stage. And on my way off, I tripped in front of 15,000 people.
Worst could have happened. Wardrobe malfunction.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Is it filmed on posterity? Like, can I find this on YouTube, your performance with him?
No, it's in my phone. It's in one of my phones.
Is it?
I still have the footage.
Oh God, we got to show people that again, because just to have something to go along with that story.
Yeah.
For a throwback Thursday or whatever. But either way, congratulations, and hope we do get the 12 seasons that Mike told us is confirmed and happening for sure. But thank you for your time and looking forward to whatever's coming next from you two.
We appreciate you, man. We had a blast.
Paltrocast.